Dion.
And I think that's totally normal, but I think when it gets to the point where you just need to, spend 5 hours by yourself because you can't take that person anymore, I think maybe that's a...
Megan, let me ask you this, because when they always come out with these lists, like, hottest girls of the year, this and all that, do you get a kick out of it when you land on a lot of these, like, top hottie lists? Is that fascinating to you in a way?
I don't, because I feel like there's only so many girls in the industry, and they have to sort of recycle through them for the list, and it sort of depends on who's in the biggest projects at the moment, or whose career is the hottest at the time. We usually end up on the front of a magazine or on the list, or I don't think it's not. There's no reason to judge yourself by that.
Oh, you know what? I also want to ask you about this too. I know we got to rush through these questions. The Dictator, you're in this movie,
yeah?
Right? We see the trailer, we see the clips. Mm-hmm. What was it like working with Sasha? How did you get involved in that?
He called and asked if I would consider doing it. And he likes to call directly.
Yeah.
So, even if you wanted to say no, you wouldn't say no because you're talking to Sasha. So
it's a good tactic.
Yeah,
right?
It is. He's so brilliant. And I just, I play myself in a cameo in it. And there's a few other really funny cameos in the movie in the same scene. I can't really tell you too much about it because it's sort of secret for some reason, but it's supposed to be hysterical.
But in the trailer, you kind of take a dig at the Kardashians. When you do something funny, like, but obviously written and it's funny, do you get backlash? Do you get, like, do they come at you like, ew?
I mean, I'm not on Twitter or anything like that, so I wouldn't know if they did. I assume maybe they do, but I didn't write it, so I can't be held responsible for what I do.
You hate Twitter? You roll your eyes at Twitter? Oh, say we were on it because we do a radio show, and I wonder.
I understand.
But it's like, do you just think, like, what a waste of time?
Well, I feel two things. I feel I don't understand what I would be doing during the day that would possibly be so interesting that I would need to tell millions of people about it and why they would care. I feel like it's so narcissistic. And
it is, yes.
It's ridiculous. And also I feel like as a celebrity you're opening yourself up and sort of putting yourself on a level with all of your haters, and I don't understand why you would want to do that either, because who needs all that negativity? All that bullshit.
So how do you connect? Obviously, you have a lot of fans and everything. What's the best way for them to connect with you?
I do read my fan mail. I do.
Like old-fashioned mail, like send you a letter? Or
they do. They send letters. Yeah, and I try to answer the ones that I can. There are a few from jail.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what if obviously you're in a marriage that works and everything. What if Brian said, you know what, I want to get involved on Twitter? Is that something that has to be discussed?
He would never say that, but I would never let it happen either.
Wow! Well, let me ask you this, Brian. Your old Beverly Hills buddy, Luke Perry, always stops by. Do you ever hang with him anymore? Do you guys ever get to I know that sounds so cheesy, but he made it seem like you guys still were pals.
I talk to Luke all the time.
What a great dude, right?
I actually met Luke before we even started 90210, and we've always just really gotten along.
And kept in touch.
The one thing that I always comment on, and I say it to Megan all the time and to Luke, is that they've never met.
No way.
I can't wait for Megan to meet him. He's such a good guy.
Can we just tell you? No, he is one of the most charming, great dudes we've ever met. Obviously, your husband has told you this. I don't know if we can influence you in any way, but what an awesome dude he is. Every time we have him on.
Wow.
And, funny and honest, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's always been a great guest and spoke highly of you, obviously.
I find that odd that, there was never any circumstance where you meet some of his old school friends. 90210
Well,
days?
I've met the rest of them. I just haven't met Luke, right? He's the only one.
Yeah, you met everybody for
Ian's wedding.
Well, for Ian's
wedding
and also the 90210 DVD release.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Luke wasn't there.
But, is there a reason? Was he a bad influence on Brian back in the day? Or?
No, I would love to meet Luke. He's supposed to be really smart and really funny, and I would love to meet him.
No, they would get along great. It's funny, we talk a lot, but he's always out of town shooting stuff.
You could rag on him. The first time we had him on, he had a fanny pack on. He's like, what? I make this cool. He's like, I make this cool.
He wears croquis in the
yeah,
so his glasses don't fall off. I mean, he
was classic.
Stuck in a cool guy's body.
Yeah, he's the coolest dude, man.
Do you guys tend to have a lot of friends outside of the industry, or just because of your work? Like, a lot of your friends are pretty much people you tend to work with.
I don't have a lot of friends.
You don't have a lot of friends?
I don't, no. I mean, Brian has his friends that he's had for years.
That's dangerous. When a girl doesn't have a lot of girlfriends, I'm usually weary, like, she doesn't have a girl. You don't have any, a good set of girlfriends?
I have a girlfriend, but I think it's just really difficult where I live and what I do. And
a girl's jealous of you?
Well, no, I don't know if for that reason, but I just feel like you can't really trust anyone, unfortunately.
And because when you go out to LA, you feel like everyone's just shady.
Yeah,
Shade
and
balls?
I mean, unfortunately, everybody kind of, really needs a quick paycheck right now, and it's so easy to call and sell false or real information to tabloids and so on and so forth. So I'm just wary, that's all.
Right. Always looking to see what they're up to. You're not
Looking over
trusting.
my shoulder.
Yeah. Wow. So thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks.
Friends with Kids is the movie. Friends with Kids comes out this weekend. I love the cast, man. Edward Burns, Maya Rudolph, John Hamm, Kristen Wiig, and we're excited to see Megan Fox.
You guys didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything scandalous or bad.
Right?
It's kind of a little disappointing.
We're not going to get any hate
let
mail
you
from your
down.
publicist, all right?
No, she loves you right now.
All right, good. Way to go.
You got a thumbs up.
Thank you so much for coming back
Thank
on the
you.
show. Megan Fox, everybody, on the Covino and Rich Pre-Show.
He won't take your girl, but he'll definitely bake her some cupcakes. It's Spot Center.
Source 2, Sirius XM 104.
Went from Mr. 305, Dade County, to Mr. Worldwide, all around the world. Now, international, so international, international, so international. You can't catch me, boy. I'm overseas at about 100.
I like this joint.
Don't catch me, boy. Cause I rap with the best of show.
What? I was going to say, do your hosting gig.
Oh, hey, it's Spot Center, everybody.
Do what we pay you to do.
Welcome back. Just heard Megan Fox.
All right, now, off the air, talking to Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox, and it's really cool because I guess they remember the show because it was like before she blew up and everything, so they remembered us right away because we had her on like twice before she was Megan Fox, before she blew up. So I guess they remembered us, and Megan actually refreshed our memory of what had happened the last time she was on the show. And I remember, but I totally forgot about this. Totally forgot. And it's amazing that Megan Fox had to remind me about my life. How fucking surreal is that? That in itself is awesome.
I forgot. We did a shot with her on her birthday.
We did shots with her on her 21st birthday. We had like a little celebration. Brian Austin Green was here. I talked shit about him, but I hadn't realized he was there. We discussed that.
How do you guys not remember this
But
shit?
hold on. No. I remember that. I forgot what had happened, why there was controversy. Why there was added controversy, I should say.
I remember.
She said that during the interview, we were talking about the Maximum Hot 100 or whatever, and she was involved, and it was like a big thing for her. And we were just shitting on Lindsay Lohan the whole time, saying, how could she be number one? And right? Turns out, she has the same publicist as Lindsay Lohan.
Right.
Who was in our studio at the time.
The publicist.
And the publicist wrote like this hate letter against us, saying that she'd never bring anyone back to our show, and how did they allow this on this platform, and how we were terrible. And
that's nice.
Yeah. 4 years later, the publicist's back in the studio, and we're still doing our thing.
And I don't think Lindsay Lohan's our client anymore.
The publicist was like, you can hate on her all you want.
Yeah, okay. But I totally forgot about that, man. And I'll tell you what.
I'll hate on Lindsay Lohan. She was reading.
Dion,